Welcome back, baby! If you don't know who I am, I'm the one and only Ashezi the Rat. I got into a second artist alley! First, let's take a look at the art in the background. Today I'm drawing an Ace Attorney objection print. I had the idea while sitting at my booth. Ace Attorney is one of my favorite series, so a print showcasing all of our attorneys would be cool. I might make a prosecutor version too. Might be cool. Alright, now here's my experience from Raleigh Anime Fest. I applied to this con sort of last minute, and I'm honestly shocked I made it in. I told myself that if they were still accepting applications by my next paycheck, I would go, and lo and behold, I got in! This event is another one-day con lasting from 10 AM to 5 PM, but this time with a focus of anime. My last event was a Comic-Con, so I thought I would do better at an anime event considering the things that I drew.
If only Ashezi knew what would really happen.
Getting accepted into the event, I waited and ordered new things for my wares. Last time, I was too busy working on a setup to make a proper catalog, so I did just that. I ordered my big prints to attract eyes to my booth, as well as medium prints. If any artist wanted to know what manufacturer I used Capcut. I've only used them once in the past for my Fire Emblem retainer prints, but I already knew that I love the quality of paper from them, so I used them again years later and their quality still does not disappoint. They ship fairly quickly and you get a cute little cat art print of the month as a bonus. I also decided to make over 200 buttons again before the con. I sketched new designs and added on to button designs I had, like including more digital circus pins since they were my bestseller last con, etc. The problem I had was I'm juggling a bunch of things at the moment. Let me put this into perspective to newcomers to the channel. I work full-time 5 days a week at my job. That job I wake up at 5 AM for and come home around 3 PM. I try to relax a little, and at 4 PM me and my partner usually sit down to eat dinner. I stream Saturday, Sunday, and Mondays over on my other channel, but sometimes I stream during the week if a game I was looking forward to releases. For example, Tomodachi Life came out, so I streamed day 1. After, I get a few hours to work before bed. It's a little hard to balance life and my job and work on my commissions and also just my art in general for like new merch or just in general. So it's safe to say I didn't get to work making those new buttons until the night before the event. Oof. Also, I just want to say, I've only been to one event, but I feel like this con was bad at marketing itself. Like, the only reason I knew about it was because I googled cons happening soon and it was there. I only saw their posts on Instagram, so I don't know what their Facebook was like, for example, but it was dry. Like the most simple a week away with an anime image from One Piece because they had a One Piece voice actor for the event to meet. I was like, that's just a bit weird. Not even a reel or something. I was afraid no one would be at this event for a second. Not to mention, in my acceptance email, they said to wait until closer to the date for info on things like load in and load out, and I was anxiously staring at my email because I needed to know what it was gonna be like. 6 days before the con, I got my info that setup would be the day of the con, and I was like, okay, cool, great, now I know. In the same email, they also said to please promote the convention. I was like, oh man, okay, I guess I'll do my best. I promoted it a couple of times on Instagram and even on my YouTube channel for extra measure, but I'm so new to the convention scene, I feel like I don't have that traction yet. Crossing my fingers that people at these cons I'm going to now will be like, oh my gosh, Ashezi's going to this con, I can't wait to visit their booth. That's my dream. Let's fast forward to the day before the event. I worked a long shift and then came home on a mission. The day before, I had drawn all of my buttons digitally and prepared them to print at home. So I was coming in today with the intent of finishing all of these in one night. I seem to have forgotten that I have no tool for cutting these circles yet. I printed sheets and had to hand cut every single button. This took me about 6 hours. 6 hours! It was 10 PM when I started pressing the buttons that I had just cut. Oh my god, there's no way I thought I could knock it out before it was too late. You fool! Somehow I managed to finish them, set them up on a new rotating display, and pack them into my cart at like 2 AM. 2 AM! I was supposed to be awake at 5 AM! What sucks is I got slower as the night went on, and not because I was sleepy, but because my left shoulder was acting up really bad. I've been having really bad shoulder pain for a few months, and the only thing stopping me from checking it out by a doctor is the fact that I don't have health insurance anymore. Anyway, I physically stopped and was just standing there because the pain in my shoulder was so bad. I wanted to cry. I think since I was up so late, my body was yelling at me because it wanted to rest, so it just upped my pain for no reason. So I managed to finish and go to bed for a few hours, and then it was dawn of anime day. I woke up tired, to no one's surprise, but the anxiety was pushing me through. Setup was at 6:30 a.m., so my goal was to get there as early as possible. I was really stressed because I wanted everything ready and done, so I wouldn't have to worry about it. I got everything together, my suitcase and my bag, and went outside only to find it raining. Great. It's Sunday and it's raining. If it were me, I'd be dead asleep enjoying the rainy weather, so I felt like no one was gonna come to this event. Me and my partner went to the car and went straight to Target to grab some cash for change and get like one thing for me to snack on. Which, by the way, my snack of choice so far, 2 times in a row, has been peanut butter sandwich crackers. They are my lifeline. We left Target and went to the con that was like right next to it. This convention was in a hotel, so it felt more familiar to me compared to like the random building the last one was in. I went in and I was directed to follow the tiny paper signs that was literally just text and an arrow that said Anime Fest. I am telling you, the promotion not being a thing is crazy, especially considering the fact that this con is a traveling one that's going to different cities. Like, this is the bare minimum. I don't even think there was events for it aside from like a small maid cafe and the VAs in the vendor area, but I made it in and everyone was setting up. I found my booth and started to get to work. This time I had no complications. I had everything and my tablecloth fit perfectly. The only problem was that there was no room to move while everyone was bringing bins in, but that's all right. I finished setting up around 9 a.m. and then I went to get something I've been craving for so long. I finally got the Sandra Boys meal. I got the Huntrix McDonald's meal day 1, but for Saja Boys, it's a breakfast thing, so I never really got a chance to get it since I work early at my job and get home in the afternoon. So I got it, and the spicy sauce on the egg sandwich was so yummy. I pulled Abby, who admittedly I didn't want, but I super didn't want the pink hair, like the pink haired one, so it worked out for now. I really wanted baby though. We ate in the car and then we made it back and decided to look at other people's booths. I was surprised people were still setting up at like 10 when the con started, like walking in and setting up kind of deal. We looked around and before running back to the booth to get started. My goal of this con was to pay for my table back, and I had high hopes. It was an event more catered to my goods and had a nice assortment, not to mention my prices are pretty on the cheaper side since I'm starting out. So like, I have some good prices, okay? During the first hour, I made a decent amount of sales. I was so happy about that. I probably made like 4 sales, but that was more than at MiniCon, so I had high hopes. My partner stayed for about an hour and then left after an hour to rest, so I was on my own. During hour 2, I made 2 sales and then nothing for the next hour. I was just sitting there, staring ahead of me, hoping for someone to walk past and want something. Not to mention, I think I was underneath some sort of vent, so I was freezing. Like, I was expecting to be hot, so I had 2 fans with me, but no. I got really cold throughout the day. I didn't really know what to do with my free time, so I started to doodle my con experience in my little sketchbook as a way for myself to remember what was going on in my brain during those moments. First up, we got me looking sleep deprived, checked out. Also, this was the drip I was wearing that day, which is literally just ripped jeans, Iron Mouse t-shirt, mask. Plus the fact that my shoulder was hurting really bad is also here. It hurts so bad, I asked my partner later on to come back to give me Tylenol so it wouldn't hurt so bad. He did, and he ended up staying with me the rest of the time. Thank you. I cherish you so much. Actually, when he came back, I got some more sales, so he's now my Lucky Charms. So like, he's gonna be at most of the events I go to now, no question. If he's not there, I don't know. I got a frap from McDee's, so I doodled myself slurping that up. Around then, a nice couple came by and I decided to chat with them a little for once, just to see how their day was. Apparently their son was an artist in the con, so they were checking it out to see what he does, which was really sweet. They also saw like my doodles that I made that were just not of my little rat Sona, and they complimented my art style. Guys, listen to me. A lot of people this day complimented my art style, and I was literally on cloud 9. I feel like I don't understand my art style. Usually you can look at someone's art and tell what sort of thing they were inspired by. I feel like mine is no longer like that. I used to do a lot of painterly and then unsaturated colors for my art, and then suddenly it changed. And my reason for that is I started drawing thumbnail art a lot. I still do. And I started doing dark black line art and pop colors, but I feel like that wasn't from inspiration. That was just like a technique that I gained for doing YouTube thumbnails. The way I draw, the way that it's drawn, I can't tell anymore. So please, if you have any idea what inspired me from like how my style looks, help, because I don't know what it looks like. This was me when I was in pain and wondering if it's because I'm older or if I have something wrong with my shoulder. Still, I'm questioning this to this day, even writing this. Oh, I just remembered. I added 3 new digital circus pins, and you see this guy? His name is Thomas. And I added him even though he's a meme because I thought it'd be funny, and a few people actually put him out. 2 girls even sang his song. I was dead. A father came by with his daughter, and she got some buttons, and he was telling me that this was her first convention event, and he loved it since it was small and good speed for her before they tackled like a big convention event. And I just think it's so cute. I didn't start going to conventions until I was like late middle school, so like 14, and so I'm not like really sure how it was back then, but it's cute seeing nerd parents bringing their oldish kids to events, like 10 or so, and them being excited. 2 dudes came up by booths with Red Bull bags, and they were handing them to vendors, and I got one, but I was also like, what if this is laced with something? It wasn't, but I didn't drink it for a while until my partner came with my meds. Also, fellow con artists, do you also feel like when you're sitting at your booth and watching people walk through, it feels like an aquarium? Human aquarium. It's kind of cute. When my partner came by, I used the opportunity to get up and use the bathroom, as well as another time to just walk around the floor. I waited until it wasn't so busy and walked around, and this time I made sure to buy more merch from artists, and a lot of the time buying original things because original OCs are so cool to me. Of course, I got fan art too. Admittedly, I saw Daisy fan art and folded. I love my baby girl. Sitting for 7 hours waiting for sales is a bit of a draining task. I always knew con artists were tired after setting up shop, and now I feel it. One thing I want to work on is being more approachable. The lady across from me would yap to everyone that she could about her business, and I'm pretty sure that lady made bank. I think she had like an alt that was just like, will you let me like brag for a moment? it was so, she would just go off really quick. It was so cool. I'm a bit introverted and new to the vending scene, so I feel like I'm not in a comfortable stage yet, but I hope I can at some point, because like I feel like I need to be a friendly little shopkeeper, but the way I act naturally isn't that. It's just something for me to work on, like with the more experience I get. I made a few more sales and had some nice company from my partner, and then as the last hours came in, I realized, man, I think I'm doing worse this con. For some reason I just wasn't getting sales. And there were a lot of people at this con. I could chalk it to the fact that a majority of my items were a bit more niche, but I also think that the crowd that came were mainly One Piece fans. One of the VAs was from One Piece, so I saw a lot of One Piece cosplayers and clothing. And I have 0 One Piece merch. In the future, I'm gonna look at the voice actors you can meet at the event and make sure to have at least like 1 item from that. If and only if I enjoy that show. Because if I'm being real, I've only seen the One Piece live action and just about like 60 episodes of the anime. But I don't see myself creating merch for it unless I'm like really into it. As the con was coming to a close, I was coming to terms that I did not in fact break even. I was actually about $45 away from my table being paid off, so I did in fact do worse at this event. But I think it was just not meant to be for my booth. Other artists were also saying how I was on the slower side. I think the convention just wasn't advertised as well. I can only hope that in my next event, they can have a better presence. Also, while I was going through this, some girl walked by my table, looked at my mini prints of male VTubers, said "ew" out loud, and hurried along without looking at anything else I had. Like, ma'am, you can just not say that out loud. Like, if you don't like something, you don't have to say it, because I can definitely hear you. I'm literally sitting right here against my will. Oh, I was so upset after not feeling the greatest. Okay, I guess that was my first experience with that, and definitely not my last. Also, side note, the guy next to me had like a booth that just had a bunch of whatever, like plushies and pins and stuff that you can get, just an assortment. And one of his like plushie things was in front of his table, like he made a walkway kind of thing. But one of them was like really, really close to my booth. So a lot of people thought they were from me and would ask me the prices and stuff. And this happened a couple of times. And like, I was nice about it. But like at the end of the day, I feel like I feel like that booth kind of obstructed mine just a little bit, and I kind of just did not like that. Maybe that was another reason why people didn't come to it. I don't know. I don't know. You just shouldn't. This vendor should have not put it like right there, but So, my overall thoughts of this convention. Overall, as I said many times, it wasn't promoted well, but the assortment of artists and vendors that were there were all unique, which I liked. Better signs in the hotel would have been nice. Not 10 seconds after I took this photo, a hotel staff member tore it off. I think maybe a banner would have been nice, but that's just me. I'm not sure if I'd attend this event from these people again. I think right now I would, as it's good experience for me for future cons, but the longer I do this, the more that this sort of event wouldn't be nice to me. But who's to say? Maybe I will. Just because I didn't do well didn't mean everyone didn't. Thank you to everyone who made it to the end of the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. What's your favorite part of a convention event? Mine is obviously artist alleys, but I'm also a cosplayer, so I'm heavy into the cosplay scene. Wish me luck in getting accepted into my next event, and I hope one day you can see me in the wild of your convention circuit. Bye bye!